When I was in high school, I just did enough to graduate. I wasn't the best student, I'm not gonna lie to you. The first 2 years of high school, I honestly was contemplating dropping out because I was not doing very well academically. I was getting in arguments with other students, and I was honestly absent a lot of the time. So the last 2 years of high school, I really wanted to buckle down, and I just wanted to at least graduate. There was like I guess a specific program where you just do enough to graduate, and there were certain classes that you took. I really wanted to get out of school at lunchtime, which was a very big mistake, by the way. So I would just take, like I remember taking like geometry, and that was like the most I took for math. And then for science, I took like earth science. I didn't even take like A&P, and I didn't take like any other like skillful science course. So when it came to science, I had no knowledge of anything graduating. And when it came to math, I honestly didn't know how to do a lot of basic math, which is really sad because I did get my diploma. So I got my diploma a year after school. Like, I was working full-time, and I, had all these different jobs and stuff like that. And I also was signed to an acting agency, but my dad was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing with your life? Like, where do you see yourself in 30 years from now? Because, what happens to your face? What happens to your voice if you were to lose it? Like, what's your backup plan? And I was like, I don't know. So my dad was like, well, you need to get yourself together. If you want to live at this house, you need to get a college degree. Or, you need to attend some type of college courses. So at first, after a year of not going to school, I enrolled into a junior college in my hometown of Santa Clarita, and I took like songwriting courses and like music courses. I actually met one of my best friends for the last 5 years at a songwriting class that I was in, and I never have regretted it. But is that a part of my nursing degree? No. I started working, volunteering at a hospital, and I volunteered at this hospital for about almost 3 years. And I loved it so much that I was like, you know what? I may not be a nurse in the future, but I want to at least try to get a nursing degree, because I feel like if anything were to happen, I just love helping people. So maybe that's something that I might be good at. Wow. Okay, so realizing that I didn't take that many math classes or science classes in high school, it was very challenging for me to get started. So what I did was I went on my community college's website. Every college, by the way, should have a website, and it should state prerequisites for the major that you're gonna have. So I typed in RN prerequisites, and all these prerequisites popped up, and a lot of them were like general education courses. So by the way, if you are taking care of some of these prerequisites while you're in high school, you don't have to take them again. Unfortunately for me, I didn't care. So I took these courses, and by the way, every state in the United States is different. Every country, of course, is different, but it's important before you decide to even go to nursing school, to go to any type of college, to make sure that your credits are transferable to other schools, because you never know what's going to happen. Also, you want to make sure that those credits for the classes that you're taking are good for your graduation. You don't want to take these classes and think that they're credits that will apply to graduating, and then you realize that you took them for no reason and you wasted a bunch of money. So what I did was I looked at the prerequisites. So at my junior college, the prerequisites for RN, which is just an associate's degree, by the way. A lot of people think an RN is an associate's degree. You could be an RN with a bachelor's degree, but that would be a BSN. So for RN, the prerequisites were English 101, 3 semester units or 5 quarter units, anatomy, 4 semester units or 6 quarter units, physiology, 4 semester units or 6 quarter units, microbiology, 4 semester units or 6 quarter units, and eligibility for intermediate algebra. Every school is different, and also the rules could change at any time, which kind of sucks. Those were my prerequisites. For those of you who don't know what a prerequisite is basically different things that you have to do to get to the next level. So the first level, of course, is making sure you get your prerequisites done. I actually went on the California government website because I live in California. Every state is different. But I feel like California, they do have an alliance with other states where the tests and the requirements are very similar. So I went on the website, and I'll actually have the link below. It's very important if you want to become a registered nurse. The first step says, take college prep classes in high school. That's something I did not do. So it doesn't mean that you have to do this to become an RN, but if you want to become a registered nurse sooner, I would definitely say to take college prep classes. And the website even says you should take the following classes in high school to have a head start on your nursing class prerequisites at college. So you want to make sure you're taking 4 years of English, math up to 4 years, and include algebra and geometry. And honestly, if I were you, I would do as many intermediate math courses as possible because it does transfer to college, but you have to make sure that it does. You need to talk to your counselor. Also, there's community colleges that let students take their courses while they're in high school. The cool part about that is it's free. When my sister was in high school, she took a lot of college courses, and that definitely brought her ahead of everybody else. So much ahead that my sister, she's 21 years old, and she's getting ready for law school. And for science, it says to take 2 to 4 years, but personally, I think that you should try to take as many courses as possible. Take your anatomy, take physiology in high school, and also take microbiology if it's possible. It's so important. I can't tell you how important it is. And then it says social studies, 3 to 4 years, and a foreign language for 2 years. For social studies, that's basically history courses. If you don't know what that is, I would try to take history throughout high school because you don't want to have to keep taking history courses. Even if it's an anthropology course, I would definitely take that. Honestly, a lot of colleges offer social studies courses online as well as English courses. So if you can, I would definitely take them online on your summer breaks. All right. So that's what it says on the California government website. I would definitely look at the state that you're in just to see their prerequisites, but they should be very similar. And then the next step, it says choose the type of nursing school you want to attend. For me, at first, since I was at a junior college, I was like, I'm just gonna get my associates, right? So technically that would be an ADN, which people just say, oh, it's just my RN, not knowing that it's called an ADN, all right? But for me, I was like, you know what? I don't want to waste time. I've already been in school for years just trying to get my prerequisites done. So what I did was, while I was at my junior college, I made sure I got all of my prerequisites, not just for my associates, but for my bachelor's degree done as well. And then I transferred to my university. So when I transferred to my private university, I decided I was gonna get a Bachelor's of Science, which is a BSN. Okay, so my Bachelor's of Science in nursing. Unfortunately, since it's really hard to get into nursing school, a lot of the time there's a big wait. So that's why I decided to go to a private school. A lot of them, honestly, are like lottery systems. Like, I don't want to have to gamble for my education. So that's why I decided to pay a little extra for a private school. For an associate's degree, it usually takes 2 to 3 years, they say, but let's be realistic. It could take, like, I've been in and out of school for the last 5 years. It says your associate's degree takes 2 to 3 years, but that doesn't include the prerequisites and how long it takes, which is also why it's important to get some of your prerequisites done in high school. For me, if I was just to get my associate's degree, it would have taken me like 4 years, 5 years just to get my associate's, which is why I decided to join an accelerated BSN program through a private school. Bachelor's degrees, it says that it takes 4 years, but like I said, it depends what school you go to. It depends if it's accelerated. It depends if you even get in. Like, some people wait for years just to get into nursing school, especially in California. All right, and then it also depends on your grades. Like, what happens if you fail a class and then you keep getting held back because you keep having to take more and more classes? So it all depends. Also, another cool thing is if you decide to become an LVN in the middle of this process, it will help you become an RN easier because you have that experience. And I feel like experience too is a great way of getting into the door, especially when it comes to working for hospitals. Why? Because hospitals will pick somebody that works at their hospital before they'll pick a new graduate that has never had a job in the nursing field ever. I feel like even if you don't work as an LVN or a CNA, you could at least volunteer at a hospital. When I volunteered at a hospital, I learned so much. And I felt like it also directed me to what I would do as a job and what I wouldn't do. Like, I'm glad to know the things I wouldn't do, so I don't put an idea in my head that I know I won't be comfortable with, if that makes any sense. So I kind of gave you a little rundown about what's on this website. It's really important to go down and look at it. This is not a sponsored video. I'm just telling you guys because everybody that is interested in becoming a nurse or somebody who is looking into going to college, it's really important to know how to find how to get involved and how to get started. When I was doing my prerequisites, I decided to actually sign a petition, and you could do that with different schools where you could take more units than you're allowed. So I believe my school wouldn't allow me to take any more than, I think it was like 18 units in one semester. But I knew I really wanted to hurry up and get my prerequisites done because I just didn't want to be in school anymore. So I signed a petition. I think I took like 19 or 20 units. And honestly, this is not for everybody. For some people, they have to take one class at a time to make sure that they do really well. Other people, they could stack on classes and they do great. But I'm just letting you guys know, like, it's very hard. Being in school is not hard because it's not that you're not smart. I feel like you have to have the right mindset. Trust me, I am not a naturally smart person. A lot of people have this misperception that you have to be really intelligent to go to school, and the only way that you'll get a degree is if you are some type of mathematician or you're just really good at science and you're some type of nerd. But in reality, I was not a good student in high school, and the only reason why I even got a little scholarship in high school was because I was in choir and theater. But to be honest, when it comes to being a nursing student, you could be the smartest person in the world and it doesn't mean that you're gonna be a nurse. It takes dedication, it takes having a goal in mind and just running for it and just doing what you're supposed to do. For me, I was working 40 hours a week and still doing my prerequisites. When I first got into my nursing school, I was still working a lot. And I'm still working like what I'm doing now is technically working. And I still have a social life. I do everything that I want to do. It's just you have to make time. You have to plan out how you're gonna study, what you're gonna study, what homework that needs to be done. I'm just letting you know now, if you do not like to do homework, college itself is not good for you, because a lot of your points could easily be just doing an assignment. That's it. And also following direction. Nursing is very hands-on. And so I feel like as long as you are paying attention in your courses and you just have dedication in what you're doing, you should be fine in nursing school. For me, I'm not a naturally smart person. I have to study my butt off. But after the first or second time doing something and you keep doing things over and over again, you get used to it. Like, it's not like you're gonna keep learning all these new things in nursing school. I feel like a lot of it is repetition. Like, the things that you hear in anatomy, you'll hear again in pathophysiology. And the things you hear in pathophysiology, you'll be hearing while you're on the floor working in a hospital. So, I just think that if you are looking into being a nurse or a nursing student, you just have to be dedicated. And you have to realize, is this something I want? Am I willing to be doing a lot of the same things and learning a lot of the same things for years and doing it for years? It's up to you. But hopefully this video helped you. I wasn't planning on doing this video, but a lot of people kept asking me. So that's why I just decided to talk about it a little bit. I could talk a lot deeper about this subject, but let me know like what exactly you want to know in the comments below. It's really important that you do that so I can make specific videos. I feel like this was just like a broad introduction into nursing. So let me know. I hope you liked this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.
Tell me how I can be such a foolish girl. I should have seen all the signs you left with her. And suddenly I can't speak sober words, 'cause you take my sanity